What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Truck Parking Clubhouse. I'm your guy, Lombard Trucking, aka Mike Lombard. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Lombard Trucking. And before we get rolling, just want to let you know that all recordings of the Truck Parking Clubhouse are now available wherever you get your podcasts. So if you want to check up, listen to driver stories, hear about some news, random updates, information about trucking, definitely go give us a follow on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get some of your podcasts. Before we get rolling, if you're not subscribed to the weekly newsletter, Tail Lights, that drops every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time. We cover some news going on throughout the industry. Some of our partners post. We do some market updates in there. It's a driver-focused newsletter. You go to newsletter.truckparkingclub.com to go and subscribe to that. We cover some great news going on. Big time $600 million verdict getting slammed down on mega brokerage C.H. Robinson. So I got some details going on in there. And then this is the earliest I can give you a warning where, we're about less than 6 months out, but I-70 going through Kansas City, a major section of I-70 is going to be closed for most of 2027. And that's going to affect. So if you regularly go through Kansas City, you're going to get rerouted around. I've got some of the details going on within that newsletter, along with a great, healthy, protein-dense air fryer recipe for you guys to stay jacked, stay healthy while you're out there over the road. I always make sure these recipes are something that I've done, and also it's something that you can do with minimal equipment, like just an air fryer, a microwave, and a fridge, and some groceries you can get at Walmart. And as always, if you guys don't know, we've had some drivers on the show. They highly recommend Walmart Plus. I don't have any affiliate codes or anything, but wherever you're at, whether you're at a Truck Parking Club location or a truck stop, if you're subscribed to Walmart Plus, they will freaking come out and deliver the groceries for you. But without any further delay, let's break right into the clubhouse. Bring on this week's guest, my man. He calls himself. We're going to take it this week. It's Jordan's Way. What's happening, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, it's good to see you. We went. So for anybody listening, we got to link up with Jordan, who gave it his all at the Truckers Olympics at Iowa 80. But where are you at tonight?
I am in Turnipin, Oklahoma today.
Turbin, Oklahoma, which we were talking before he came on. That is the panhandle of Oklahoma. And so for anybody who's asking what goes on across the panhandle of Oklahoma, what's going on around you?
A whole lot of nothing.
Well, it seems to be a lot of trucking going on though, because you're there.
Yeah, I'm passing through.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably a popular place to pass through. Where are you parked up at for the night?
It is Lazy D's. It's a small little mom and pop truck shop.
Nice, Lazy D. So if anybody's in the comments, if you stayed at Lazy D's in Turpin, Oklahoma, drop it down there. Oh, big shout out to Michael Arias, by the way. He's saying, "Yo, what's up?" He says, "That's my friend, Jordan. This is a friend of yours."
Yep, sure is.
You got anything you want to say to him?
What's up, Michael?
Michael, thanks for tuning in for the Clubhouse, man. And as always, for anybody listening after hours, we do the Clubhouse live roughly every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, so you can always catch these shows live. Before we get into it, man, so you're in Turpin, Oklahoma. What are you hauling, and where are you headed?
I've got a John Deere 8R with duals, and I am headed to Brownfield, Texas.
Awesome. Where you're headed from there?
Spearman, Texas, back up to Nebraska.
Nice, good stuff. Well, good. Glad you're parked safe. Glad you're rolling strong. Wheels are turning. But hey, man, I got to ask you, how do we get here? What got you into trucking in the first place?
Um, well, believe it or not, my current boss, my brother worked for him, and they needed help with harvest. I rode in a semi twice prior to this, knew nothing about it. Um, they needed help with harvest, so I jumped in an automatic truck. It was the only truck they had available, day cab. I was hauling corn for 2 months. And at the time, I was a full-time stay-at-home dad. We needed the extra money, and they offered me a job.
That's awesome, man. So coming at it beforehand, so what was your process like getting your CDL? What did that?
Um, it was very rushed. So I got my CDL 2
It looked
weeks.
like.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say go back a minute. You had cut out for just a second there.
Okay. Um, so I had gotten my CDL 2 weeks before they made classes mandated.
Awesome. So yeah, so how long you been driving? How many years? When was this?
Uh, December of, oh man, it was either December of 2020, no, 2021.
December 2021. So you were self-taught slash taught by these guys you hauled corn for?
We'll say self-taught. Little exaggeration of my or my experience description.
I love it. So you end up getting your CDL in 2021. You go ahead and work for these guys. What's been your career like? Let's walk us through it. Are you still with these guys? Where'd you go from there?
Yep, yep. I am still with them. Started out hauling cattle feed, and then over time moved to tanker, step deck, and now I'm on the detach hauling oversize.
Now, what was that transition like? Was that something that you wanted to do? Was that like did you set out for that goal? What did that look like? Was it just the company you're working for had some more customers, some more opportunities?
Um, so I kind of got bored of the local feed stuff, and that is when I got my CDL, so then I could go over the road for them. Hopped on a step deck because I wanted to see the country, and now, yeah, we're just. I'm a money chaser. If there's a dollar, I'm making it.
I got you. So you were motivated to go over the road, get into the heavy equipment stuff. So you really wanted to experience that over the road lifestyle. What are some of your favorite places to go?
Uh, the north side of Oregon, along the Columbian River, I'd say is my number one. Um, Texas is beautiful in the fall. I don't do good in the heat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the temperature up by you right now?
Truck's reading 106.
Yeah, it's that's a weird part of the country, Oklahoma Panhandle of Texas itself, where they're the only part of Texas that really regularly will get ice and like kind of like wintry precipitation, but yet they'll still see triple digits throughout the summer, and it'll sometimes be hotter there than it is down here in Austin.
Yep. Yeah, it's wild.
But when it comes to your trucking career, your trucking journey, what's your favorite part about the job? What is your favorite part about the industry? Because we're going to get to your least favorite in a moment.
Oh, man. See, my favorite part would have to be being my own boss.
Now, what does that mean to you?
So, not getting, I at the beginning of the day I get my loads. The rest of the day it's whatever I decide to do. If I am tired, I pull over, I take a nap. If I am full of energy, I keep running. Um, I mean, I don't have somebody barking down my neck. I get one text message a day. The rest of the day I am on my own.
Yeah, so you love that little hands off thing. So I've got to ask you, if you had to say you had to hang up the keys today, where would you go to have that same sense of independence? What do you think would be the next move? I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot here. I've never really asked that question before. It might be a new set I do as I bring the partners on as a little revisit. But yeah, if you had to hang it up today, where do you think you'd go?
Uh, I'd probably push full time for social media.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we're going to get into the content space in a bit, but you do pretty well with it. You got that Insta 360 out there,
Yep.
which actually you talked about your freedom driving when you out. What kind of truck are you in right now? That's what we haven't covered that yet.
It is a 2013 Peterbilt 367.
And is that your favorite, or is there a dream? Is there something else you want to drive?
Uh, so for a couple months, I drove a W9, and I'll tell you, I'm kind of a Kenworth guy. Peterbilts are nice, but that W9 was nice riding. It was smooth, looked sharp. So if I had the opportunity to pick any truck, it would be a W9.
All right. Drop it in the comments below, guys. What truck would you drive now, W9 or the Peterbilt that Jordan is right now? Would love to let you know. Also, big shout out 5011 Logistics for tuning into the Clubhouse. I know he was at orientation on Monday with his next new company. So looking forward to hopefully having you back on the Clubhouse soon there, Adam, so we can catch up and talk about all the good things that you've got coming on. Mike disagrees with you, by the way. He says Peterbilt is life. Do you agree, disagree?
I Peterbilts are nice. They are. um, this one's kind of the same as like a early 2000s 379 as far as the interior. I don't know. I like my long hood.
I love it. Daniel Acevedo, he 100% agrees with you. He says W9 all the way. So I love it. Yeah, we might have to run that poll in the next Taillights newsletter, which if you go to Taillights right now, I put a heavy hitting poll in this week's newsletter on who has the best roller dog, by the way. So be sure, drivers, if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. But Daniel Acevedo says W9, which I'll put you on the spot right now. Who do you think has the best roller dog?
Want me to break your heart?
Yeah, hey, it's not going to bother me none.
I've never had one.
Oh, actually, see, the thing is low key, and for anybody who knows me and has followed along with me for the past several years, that makes me, that makes me feel good. That means you're not having a roller dog. That means you might be choosing a healthier option. We do talk about health and fitness a little bit here on the Clubhouse. Like we were talking to Sean last week. Big shout out to Sean. He did his 30-mile unicycle ride yesterday for charity. But hey, man, it's never too late to try one in case you want to. But yeah, your heart and your body could be better off without it. But again, I don't like to tell people what to do. But all right, so we have a no vote. First one I've heard. But for the rest of you guys, feel free to cast your vote in this week's survey. Kind of shifting gears a little bit. You went from doing local stuff to going over the road. When you went over the road, what's the first thing? Because you got your CDL in 2021. What was parking for like you over the road? Did you run into any issues? What was that experience like, knowing that you weren't going home at the end of the day and you knew you had to find a place to go?
Uh, honestly, it was overwhelming. Um, Nobody prepared me for what parking was like. Back then, it seemed like there was 1.5 million trucks at every truck stop. I I remember getting to a truck stop at like 10 o'clock at night. Every spot's taken. There's 15 trucks over by the entrance in places that aren't stalls. I ended up just going to a on ramp.
Really? So night one, you spent on an on-off ramp.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, we got to get that on the record. So you heard it here first. If anybody in the LinkedIn crowd or anywhere else doesn't believe us when it comes to the ramp parking, you heard it. Night one over the road, on-off ramp. There we go. So when was the first time you had heard about us at Truck Parking Club?
The first time I had heard about you was in 2024. Or yeah, in 2024, I was down in it was a town south of Wichita, and pulled into the truck stop, and I seen Truck Parking Club tags in all these spots. And at that time, I wasn't making much money, didn't know what it was, but I took a picture of it. And that next day, we'll just say when I was taking my 30, I looked it up, and that is when I actually found out about you guys, and then ended up using it. It wasn't long after.
Yeah, I was gonna say what was one of those spots you had stayed at, if you remember. If not, it's not a big deal.
That I that I don't remember.
All right, man. Sometimes the days can blend together. I can't remember at every single place I parked every single day either way, but I'm glad it's. I mean, as long as it's worked out for you and you haven't had any issues, um, it's a tool for the tool belt. So in Wichita, when you had found out about it, were you out of hours or were you looking for you were just looking for a place?
Um, I was actually I was running with somebody else, and they were tired, so it was just the next place with parking that we ended up pulling off at, and
Good.
didn't even know.
There we go. So found out of it the old fashioned way. No internet, no nothing, no social media. I do have a question for you though, because we have a gentleman on Instagram right now. He has a property. He's looking to bring online. You as a driver, what kind of amenities are you looking for? Either when you're going to park at night, or if you're using a truck parking lot spot, what are some amenities that you're looking for? For when you're parking overnight or taking a 34-hour reset.
So for an overnight, I would at least prefer some sort of bathroom. Um, there's drivers like me who we run all day and night, and we may stop at an on-off ramp for our 30, and at the end of my day, it hits me. I've got to go to the bathroom, um, and so I'd say 100% at least a bathroom. Some people say showers. I don't. For depending on the location, um, a shower would be nice, but it's not a necessity.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Uh,
Yeah, I think that I'd have to agree with that there too. For the gentleman asking 420 Products USA, shout out, tuning in on Instagram. Just having the portage on out there would probably be my number one, just in case I got to go number two.
hmm well, not only that, but nobody wants to catch a charge because there's no bathroom on a property.
Yeah, last thing you want to do is have somebody watching you take care of business.
Yeah. Um, and I don't know. I'm really fine with just the bathroom.
Hmm. Yeah, he's asking. He said, "Great to know. Thanks." He goes, "Do you think it matters if there's any restaurants nearby?" Yeah, is that? I mean, yeah. What does it look like out there? Are you cooking yourself, or would you prefer when you park at night to have some food options near you?
I'm a big DoorDash guy. I probably spend more money in DoorDash than anything I do. Um, so if as long as you're like kind of within range of DoorDash, I'd say would be fine. Bonus if there is some kind of restaurant or even a vending machine. Um, I'd say if there's a vending machine on property, that'd be a big bonus for both parties.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say, just like I said, as we were rolling the clubhouse, getting Walmart Plus, having just having like Uber and Lyft in your area. If Uber and Lyft is in your area, probably Uber Eats and DoorDash is as well. So that makes sense. Another question out there. I wanted to get this on the record. Gentleman was asking, are gates important to drivers? I'd say, and I'll have you answer this too. But I responded to him in the comments saying that. Yeah, a lot of drivers we talk to at show do want fence gated lights, security lights. It really, especially just if they're parking at night. But you have a lot of drivers who do utilize, who need someplace to park when they go home. They could have a high value load. Their company may require it. There are a lot of companies that would, when their trucks go home, they need to be in a secured lot. Or if the load is worth money. And we talked to a lot of female drivers out there who also want some fence gated lights. Another gentleman asking, what about minor truck work like lights, airbag repairs? Some of our locations, it'll say it right under amenities that you're able to do light repairs yourself. Some of our properties are repair facilities, and they host, and you can find those if you cycle amenities throughout our app. But yeah, for you, U-Haul flatbed step deck. Are you required to be parked anywhere safe that has that's safe and secure when you're out there, depending on what you're hauling?
So, some military loads um, are required to be under surveillance when parked. That's that's kind of the only thing I've ever needed load wise, as far as cameras. Now, I do have I do have a family, so any bit of security is more easing for the family, um, whether it's gated or at least has cameras. So if something were to happen, God forbid, there's at least some closure. There is fighting evidence as to um, or trying to find anybody who had done anything.
Yeah, 100%. I would say cameras, if anything, are always valuable. So even if the property isn't fenced, or if you're a property owner who, yeah, you don't have a fence or gate or security on your property, cameras are not only going to protect your customers, which are drivers, but it's going to protect your own property. And if you own a property you don't live at, you definitely want those cameras there, just for all liability reasons. I mean, you could have people who, again, people may come park on your lot who didn't book through the app or whoever, and you're wondering how these people got there. So I mean, cameras are always good for anybody. Big deal to have separate entry exit curb cuts, or okay to just have a hammerhead turnaround? I'd say that's up to you and your property. I'd say having an enter and exit is probably pretty good. But that is all up to you. Great questions for our property team. I'll definitely send you a message out there on how you can get a hold of our property team. And to gentlemen on YouTube leaving a comment about locations in Florida. Yes, we've got a lot of property in Florida. We're always adding some on there. You can check out all of our locations at truckparkingclub.com or download our app today. Getting into it. Now, I already asked you what your favorite part about the industry is. What is one gripe you have with the industry? What is an issue that you have that you're like, man, we need to fix this?
Um, I know everybody's thinking fuel prices, but I would say probably being fair. A lot of truck drivers are taking advantage of, thinking that they make 200,000 $200,000 a year, um, when in reality we have a lot of expenses. We don't. Not all of us get to cook a $3 meal every night, eat 3 times a day. Um, we spend a lot of money on the road, and I think that truck drivers should not necessarily get discounted, but truck stops shouldn't be tripling the prices, it seems like, of everything.
Yeah, so you're over or breaking it down, essentially the price of goods and services at typical places whose customers are drivers is priced a little too high.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why I did. It's off the beaten path. It's sometimes not convenient, but it's why I did the bulk of my shopping at Walmart. And people can have their opinions on Walmart, but you just said it. things are expensive over the road, and Walmart does have the lowest prices on things. And if you're a driver, I mean, those are the kinds of decisions you kind of have to make. So prices of goods and services out there for drivers. I didn't ask you that beforehand. So do you happen to own your truck as well?
Nope, I am a company guy.
Okay, yeah. So you're not. So expenses aren't like the cost of repairs and stuff are high on your radar for you specifically. It's because somebody else's name is on the door, but that goes along with it though as well. Mechanical maintenance issues keep drivers down for amount of time, and that is their time. And when you're down for repairs, that's company drivers not getting paid money.
Hmm.
And actually, one of the gentlemen who was watching on Instagram, I know you just cleaned up. You want to give us a little tour of what's going on in the rig?
Yeah,
Let's do it. Let's
it's
break
not
it down.
the cleanest, but it does look better than it did.
And while you're getting around there, somebody's asking, how long is the wait for the device that integrates truck parking app with the automatic opener? Sir, let me know if you're a property member. If you are, you can shoot us a DM on Instagram. I can get you contact information for the property team. They can let you know if you're a property member and you're looking for the automated controls. Let me know. But for you drivers, yes, several of our locations have adopted to where you can open the gate right from the app. But yeah, let's check out. Oh, this looks nice back there. If you guys
So,
are only listening on audio, you'll have to catch the video later.
so yeah, I just got some storage up here. It's where I put all my camera gear, drones, laptop, stuff like that. And for some reason, I threw my luggage up there, but it's just extra storage over here with hats that we sell. Hard hat. One of my prizes from Walcott.
Let's go. Some people might want to buy that. You never know.
Then same thing mirrored on this side. I just extra hard hat. Sometimes my son comes with me. Sometimes my wife comes with me. So I keep an extra hard hat and safety vest over there. Extra fans just in case the air conditioning goes out. I mean, we got more storage here. More storage down there with an S-bar heater. More storage over here, which I won't open.
So no, I was gonna say you're kind of old school. No TV back there.
No TV. If I want to watch something, I got my iPad up here. I can sit in the driver's seat and watch something. And then I got
Oh,
my passenger princess.
I was gonna say we had a special guest. They're quiet back there. They haven't made a peep.
She has no care in the world as to what's going on.
Yeah,
As long as
okay.
she's with me.
So you kind of don't need a TV when you got a living and breathing co-pilot with you.
Oh yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah, at least you're not alone out there. I've got two questions left for you because I think that they're really important. We were talking about this a lot at Texas Trucking Show content wise. For the first time, we did like a YouTube recap of a show where I just kind of like you'd see a YouTuber like just document like the day in the life type stuff. I kind of just showed some highlights of the show, us setting up. So I mean, content wise, you're on TikTok, you create content, you got a drone, Insta 360. What got you into creating social media content? And were you creating content before you started driving, or did you start while you're driving? When were you like? Were you like, you know what? I'm going to start making content. Would love to hear why.
So I used to be a big disliker of TikTok, and I actually got bored one day. I was scrolling through, never have opened a live, and I seen somebody who was live that just seemed interesting. Opened it, made some friends, and I had told them that I was a truck driver, and Uh, then one thing led to another. I started making videos, just posting a random video here and there. And then I bought my first Insta360 after trying to convince my wife of it, and went ahead, did it anyways, made some cool videos, then got the approval, bought my second one, and after I got that second one, it's just been constant videos, different angles. Um, a lot of people think that it's one camera and I'll like go across the bridge, take a video, turn around, go back across the bridge, move the camera, and take the same video at a different angle. It's just multiple cameras.
And I've noticed in your videos, you have the camera up like it's almost like it's behind the sleeper, and you can see the road in front of you. How do you strap that down? How do you keep it secured on the truck? I was gonna
So,
say, hey, if you wanted to hop out and show us, feel free. This is real inside baseball here.
I actually use a bungee cord and it's suction cupped on.
Genius. Where'd you get that suction cup?
Amazon?
Oh, okay, so Amazon. You didn't find it at like a truck stop.
No, this is an actual car suction cup mount. And I've only ever had it come off one time. There's actually a video of it, of what happens. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I keep it real clean. And particularly this square area, I check it every couple days and I roll with it.
I love it. That's awesome, man. What's been your favorite part about making content so far? Oh, that's the second camera.
Yep. This is just a pogo off the trailer that I've got a clamp mount to that shows my load.
There it is. And that's the beautiful panhandle of Oklahoma, by the way, for anybody who's watching on video. This is what happens off of that's what you see is what you get in that part of the country. In case you are from the coasts, you always wonder what goes on there. You're looking at it right there.
A lot of grass.
Yeah. So what's been your favorite part about making content?
The friends that I've made over the almost year that I've been doing it.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're connected. There was another gentleman at the show, great truck, Cowboy and Hercules. Did you connect with them through social media or just through truck shows?
I actually met him, or I seen him live one day, and I asked him. This was when I was driving the W9. Asked him if we could do some rolling photos together, and then if I could take some of him, and he said absolutely. We set a time. We had a lot of fun, and just kind of been brothers since. Walcott was my first big truck show I'd been to, and I don't know, we just kind of hit it off. It also doesn't help that we only live 20 miles from each other.
Hey, that's good. I know, big social media, small world.
Yeah.
All right, man. Last question I got for you, because I want to give you back the rest of your time, the rest of your night. What if you could if somebody was coming up to you and they're 21 years old, they just got their CDL, they're like, "Hey, Jordan, I want to learn Jordan's way. Hey, Jordan, what is your best piece of advice for me as a new driver?" If somebody's, even if they don't have their CDL, if somebody is thinking about getting into trucking, what is your advice to them?
Don't take everything to heart. Definitely watch what you say, because there are people out here who will ask you about your loads and ask you about where you're going, where you came from, who your broker is. It's a cutthroat industry, And they, if there's 100 people out there hauling the same thing you do, if they get rid of you, you know, there's 5 more potential loads that they can haul. So it's definitely make your friends, but pick and choose what you talk about. And as far as driving, loosen up your grip.
Loosen up the
That's
grip.
Yep. I've had a lot of people come into my lives and ask that same question. They're nervous. They panic going through places like Chicago or Dallas or Indianapolis, the Twin Cities up in Minnesota. Sitting there, I mean, if you got that grip on that wheel, you're stressed. Loosen your grip, slow down. It's not going to hurt to go 10 miles under the speed limit if you're, especially for new people. No life is worth taking. No load is worth taking a life or losing a life.
There we go. Wise words, brother. So have some OPSEC, that's Marine Corps for Operational Security out there. Watch what you're talking about, who's around with what you're talking around. And hey, loosen up, ease up. Yeah, that could be a big fear. I got when I driving it to Iowa, and that was my second time driving it. Drove it to Shell Super Rigs, then to Iowa 80. I was, there's some give in that steering wheel, and there's some times where, but eventually, I'm able to loosen up on it. And it's a little bit more easygoing as you get used to it. But the truck itself doesn't like to go over 57. The sweet spot's 57 in that cab over, and it can be very embarrassing going that slow in the right lane on a highway. Luckily, it is a cab over; it gets good attention. So the fact that we are going slow, it helps. But I remember the first time I did get behind the wheel, learning how to shift in a manual transmission. Oh, we got tunes. Learning how to shift it, and figuring that out, and popping a splitter and moving the shifter over. We're on public roads up there in Killeen, Texas, and you think that you're going to cause an accident, but you learn really quickly that because you're so big, people actually just avoid you or do anything to get around you. So wise words on loosening the grip. But hey, man, before we sign off, where can the people find you and follow along with your adventures?
So it's Jordan's Way on TikTok and Jordan's Way on Facebook. I just recently started the Facebook.
Awesome. So just Jordan's Way, Facebook and TikTok. And if anybody's got questions, can they slide in your DMs or what? DMs are open?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Dude, I want to appreciate you coming onto the Clubhouse. Again, it's first time, not last time. We'll bring you back on here soon. Maybe we should get Cowboy and Hercules up here, and we can chop it up one of these Mondays, one of these Clubhouses. You'll have to send them a message for us. But I'll give you back the rest of your night. For anybody else watching who's tuning in, again, we rock the Clubhouse typically every Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We rip it live, but it is available wherever you get your podcasts. If you've been listening for the past 39 minutes, Jordan is a gentleman who's very passionate about this industry. He cares about it. He wants to leave it better than he found it. That is exactly what we do at Truck Parking Club. We want to help leave this industry better than we found it, which is exactly why we work with existing property owners, so that way drivers can save time and fuel by instantly reserving truck parking at truckparkingclub.com. If you need parking tonight, again, Jordan's got you. It's on him. Use that promo code Jordan20. It'll get you $20 off your next booking. But with that, guys, stay safe, and let's keep the hammer down.